Walking, walking, walking. Cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Shopping, shopping, shopping. I'm doing what?
So many choices. Oh my goodness.
What are we gonna go with?
Now to pick a brand. Oh my. And to finish it off, we pick a finish. And now it's time for all the magic. We're all gonna get mixed together. And then comes the little shaky shake, shaky shake, shaky shake. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for that fun ride home after we just got done with a nice good time there at the big orange store that we all love so much. So we did find a few things in there that we'd like to discuss on the ride home. Take this time. We didn't really shoot any video in there, so we do apologize. The first item that we found is these solar rechargeable lights that could stick out on top on the outside of the RV that we could be using to possibly replace the lights that are around the awning. Instead of that outside light, we could use these instead. It might be really nice and something more energy efficient and easing on the electricity. But we don't really know. We'll just have to decide on that one a little bit more. But one of the other big things that we did discover and we really got to take a lot of thought into is what are we going to be doing for our window coverings since we took don't want to go back with blinds, but we need something to be able to use. So we were thinking about these pull-down shades. Well, not necessarily these ones in particular, but just pull-down shades in general, because it could be a little bit easier to secure, also be better for blocking out some of the light, well as, being able to secure them better than the blinds. When you're driving down the road, one of the worst things you ever could hear is your blinds smacking around all over the place. And we really don't feel like spending the money for those really expensive blinds that are held in place and meant for driving. But personal experience, not even all of those ones work either. So here's one of my personal favorite finds that we found today that I'm really confident that we're going to stick with. Don't know for sure. We'll see what we come across our traveling journeys and shopping journeys and see what we see and actually finalize and decide on. But this is the sink faucet that I personally would prefer to use because of the style of kitchen sink that we're talking about possibly going with. And I think it would be great no matter which one of the styles that we choose. And it also has that nice little handy soap dispenser as well. As we all know, space is an issue, so find all the usable space you can. And this was one of my other personal favorites. Almost seems to be okay with it too, is use this faucet to replace the one in the bathroom. It has on the tip of the faucet, it has a little LED light that lights up from the water's running through. And that can be really handy with having the kids or even just ourselves at night if you want to get up and need to go to the restroom and wash your hands and everything. You turn on the water and there's a little bit of light to be able to see by without having to turn on all the lights and blinding everybody else in the RV. So this could come into really good use, but we'll see how that plays out. And one of the next items is something that's really of much, much, much debate and is really going to have to take a lot of thought into it, as that is floor coverings. As you all know, we ripped out the floors. We had cover floors from front to back, all covered in carpet, even in places where the carpet didn't belong. Or, I'm sorry, actually, technically that's the other way around. There was linoleum under everything, and then carpet thrown on top of that. But either way, we don't want to deal with either one of those. And so we've got to decide what kind of flooring exactly we want to go with. This is a basic rough coloration that Mama has decided that she wants in there. It's not necessarily the exact one, but it's just being used as a reference guide to go by while we're looking around at the different materials. And so we've got to decide on, not only just a brand, but, the way way they're made, their durability. We've got to take into fact that we've got the kids, we're going to be traveling, we've got little Susie and her little claws that could scratch up the floor easily. So we've got to find out what brand's going to work for us price-wise, which one's also going to offer something that's durable and it's going to withstand the fact that we're going to be traveling and we want to travel all over the country. So we'll be dealing with all sorts of climates. So we might be tracking anything from dirt to mud, snow, rain, we don't know. So whatever it is, it's got to be pretty durable and last through all of that. But at the same time, we got to make sure that we're not breaking the bank on this project as well. Now, going along with that flooring, though, because of the fact that we ripped out all of our carpets and ripped out the linoleum, when we do all of that, it took away some insulation. So now we've got to also think about what are we going to use for an underlaminate and to help replace that insulation factors. Now, there are a lot of brands out there with different benefits and, they have all statistics for them and their uses and purposes, how they could benefit you or maybe even cause you more issues depending upon what they are, because not all of your flooring can match with all of your underlaminates. So you've got to pay attention to that as well and what will work together in order to get you the best final result. Now, once again, this picture is not necessarily the exact brand or model or anything that we're going to go with, just using it for visual reference to keep in mind as to the different types of things that are out there. Some of them have the Reflectex type material on them. Some of them don't. Some of them just seem like a plain rubber type material, but you've got to really think about that and the fact that we really got to figure out something in order to replace the insulation that we've lost out on here. Now, one of the things that you all did not necessarily get to see that kind of happened is while we were cleaning things out, the floor vents kind of got destroyed the rest of the way. So we're definitely going to have to look into replacing those. And this is just an idea that, they're really not that expensive, these particular ones at all. And we only need 2 of them. But we're definitely going to have to replace those. The other ones, it was kind of a sad misstep that kind of crushed the one, and the other one was really messed up anyway. It didn't have the adjusters in it, so we'll have to get that taken care of, get those replaced, try to make them match the flooring so they don't look bad either. Now, coming up is the most painful thing out of this entire trip. This was just shopping day 1, and already over $200. Ouch. That can hurt. Now, not all of you are necessarily going to spend as much as we did, or even as little as we did. It's all in what you need to do and what's going to be good for you, and what products and brands are going to be fitting for you. Now, obviously, so we didn't get some of those other items. We're nowhere near done with our shopping, but we got the brands that we wanted. We got the items we wanted, and we're really happy with everything that we did pick up. And we also got a lot of good ideas along the way as to things that we need to look into, and some things we hadn't necessarily even thought of that much, but we're definitely going to have to put some more thought into and see what we're going to do in the long run for this project, because with how much we gutted this is going to be a huge project. But there are no regrets here. Well, if you haven't noticed already, we are getting pretty close to getting home. So it's about that time for me to wrap things up here. So from us here at Dream on Wheels, thank you for tuning in with another adventure of us. Be sure to smash those likes and subscribe buttons, ring those bells so you get all the notifications of any upcoming events that we send out, because you don't want to miss anything on this journey. But we really do appreciate y'all tuning in here with us. If you wouldn't mind, share it out as well. But most importantly, you don't want to miss where this is going. Oh my, look at that.